Gandang gabi po sa lahat. This is Coach Linin Ho. Kamusta po tayo sa ating gabi? Sa ibang bansa, of course, umaga na tsaka hapon siguro. But of course, as much as possible, kahit umulan o bumagyo, my hope is that we will have this live so that we can serve you more. Again, my name is Coach Linin Ho and my mission is to help 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. Pag-uusapan natin tonight is yung 5 drinks that you must prioritize, that must be in your grocery list, that should be, in a way, in your everyday na routine if you want to gain muscle and low carb. And of course, this one is specifically made for our modern adults at saka seniors, 40s and above. So if you're watching right now, if you're 40s and above, this is for you. But if you're watching right now, 40s and below ka, this is your advanced lesson. Kamusta po tayong lahat? How is your meal? How is your workout? Again, yung goal natin is always, if you are strong, life is fun at saka simpler. If you agree with that, that if your life is fun and simpler when you're strong, type in the comment section, life is fun at saka simpler. Here you have it. Hello sa mga live viewers natin. I'd like to greet each one of you. Of course, isa sa mga always present dito sa live natin is si Ma'am Ligaya Ebora. Kamusta po tayo, Ma'am? Thank you for tagging your friends. Coach Regina. Hello to you, Ma'am Florina Vargas. Kamusta po tayo, Ma'am? Of course, Ma'am Lina. Kamusta po tayo? We will have our session mamaya with Ma'am Lina, one of my amazing students. Watching from Tanza, Cavite, si Sir Thomas Early. Kamusta tayo, Sir? Luni Solina. Kamusta? For sure, nagwo-workout po kayo, ma'am, no? Very obvious yan sa profile picture. Si ACP Pangan, kamusta po tayo, ma'am? Good evening to you. Gandang gabi po sa inyo. Marianita Makadangdang, good evening. Of course, when I talk about drinks, Sir Toffee is one of my amazing students who gain muscle and low carb. Nag-post siya last time ng muscle transformation niya. Possible through your efforts, Sir Top. So all the best to you. Rosemary Wang, good evening to you, ma'am. We have here Marisa How, good evening to you, ma'am. Ma'am Teresa Di Pamailo, wow, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate your 2020 vision. Ayun. Hello to you. Life is fun and simpler. Yes, Ma'am Arman. At saka si Ma'am Ligaya. There you have it. That's why we want to be strong. Evening po. Watching from Pampanga si Ma'am Death Avila. Kamusta po tayo? We have Alvin Galve. Good evening to you. I'm not sure if ano yung country na yan, no? Pero familiar siya. Nasa Middle East siya, no? For sure. Yung ganung yung country na tinype natin dyan, no? Clarify my thoughts, no? Antonio Rosales watching from Teresa Rizal. Kamusta po tayo, ma'am? Of course, Charlotte Gangan. Good evening to you, ma'am. We have here, pa-shout out natin si Ma'am Lenny Aguila. Of course, life is fun and simpler, sabi ni Ma'am Marianita, ni Alson. Si Yong, kamusta po tayo? Si Rose Lynn. At saka we have watching from Dubai si Ma'am Rose Lynn. No? At saka watching from Pangasinan, si Ma'am Hair to Fine 07. A bit unique yung yung name mo, mama. Okay, there you have it. So before I complete mentioning all your wonderful names, dive muna tayo sa topic natin, no? So again, when we talk about drinks, very important po yung drinks when it comes to your goal. May that be into fat loss, or maybe you want to gain muscle, or you just want to be healthy. Very important po yung drinks. And when we talk about drinks, there are many options. There are so many options. And given we are being bombarded na mga media ng ads, online man yan or sa TV, marami po talagang options. So for you, you want to be healthy, tama? That's our priority. What are the best options? So this is in particular order, meaning to say we'll start with the important, then to the most important. From important to the most important. So here, number 5, we'll start muna sa countdown natin. Number 5 dito is yung caffeine. Okay, yung cup. Hindi naman siya necessarily kape. Kasi may mga other drinks naman na may caffeine. So when we talk about caffeine, bakit po nasa list siya? Now, yung topic natin is gaining muscle. For others, if you feel you need extra boost or extra energy, the best way to deal with that before your workout is kape or caffeine. So usually what I do if my workout is in the morning, especially, no, I do take my coffee before my workout. So that's my pre-workout, natural po. Yung others would go for pre-workout na mga drinks na nabibili, no, yung mga powdered drinks. I'm not confident with that. I'm not comfortable. I've tried it, after which hindi na ako makatulog, hindi ako mapakali. Okay? So the safest is always kape. Now, I'm not saying that this is for everyone. Kasi others may concerns din when it comes to kape at saka caffeine. No, may mga issues of palpitations, may concerns sila na hindi sila makatulog. So, strategize nyo lang po yung pag-take ng caffeine. So, with this one, yung recommended na intake is around 150 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. So, that's the safe na serving for caffeine. Now, for i-translate mo yan sa kape, that's around 2 cups. 2 cups, that's the average. Now, for us, if we want to manage our sleep, I don't recommend go for 2 cups. What I will recommend, go for 1 cup lang before your workout. Kasi sobra na yung 2 cups before your workout. Tama? Excuse me. Okay. So, ito pa. Yung kape, especially if may concerns ka with sleep, it is not recommended to take it in the evening. So, kunwari yung workout mo, you want to have pre-workout yung kape. So, tapos sa pag-isipan mo na yung workout mo sa gabi, so anong gagawin mo? Shall you take your kape sa gabi? I don't recommend kasi you will compromise your sleep. Tama? So, the ideal is you take your coffee before sa morning. Yung pinaka late na siguro mga lunchtime. Tama? As much as possible, we don't want to go over yung 7 hours before you go to sleep kasi yung kape, yung caffeine will be in your bloodstream for 7 to 8 hours. So, do the math lang. So, yung safest is in the morning. So, kape is the best way for your pre-workout. Kape is the best way for your pre-workout. No need to go for fancy, expensive na mga powdered pre-workout. That's number 5. Okay? Number 4, creatine. Now, if hindi nyo pa narinig yung creatine, creatine is a form of amino acid. Of all the supplements in the entire planet, yung creatine po yung pinaka-backed by research. Ito po yung pinaka-most published when it comes sa scientific evidence. Na ano po yung benefits ng creatine? Number 1, it can retain your muscle mass. Okay, muscle retention. That's number 1. It can increase your ATP production, is yung energy mo. Okay, yung feeling na hindi mo mag-push, kunwari if you do for workouts, tapos nag-dumbbells ka, tapos hindi mo na kaya, yung ATP na yon will push you to go for the last repetition sa workout mo. Creatine can help you with that. So it can increase with your energy. Tama? Number 3, this one is very interesting. Kasi when it comes to mental, emotional stress, alam nyo ba yung creatine can help you deal with that? So there are many scientific evidence to prove that na mayroong connection between mental health, emotional health, and taking creatine. Now, saan mo makukuha yung creatine? Mostly, if you go for natural, means you can take it from meat. That's why it's very safe to take creatine kasi it's natural first and foremost. Tama? Now, if you are into workout and especially if you are into muscle gain or maybe cutting ka or fat loss stage, I do recommend go for 1 serving, that's 5 grams of creatine every day. Okay. Now, for others, you may go for cycling. Cycling means may mga days lang you take creatine, may mga days na you don't take creatine. Now, it depends. It depends on your goal. It depends on your current situation. But for me, I do take creatine almost every day. Every day. Unless lang if nakalimutan ko tapos nag-out of town ako, that's the only time I forgot to take creatine. So that's for me. Now, I don't recommend you do it as well kasi iba-iba po yung response sa katawan natin. Okay? But again, much has been said about creatine. It is safe. It can help you with muscle gains. It can help you with your mental emotional health. Also, it can help you with muscle retention. Okay, so that's number 4. By the way, balik muna ako sa caffeine. When you go for caffeine as your pre-workout, no, especially when we talk about kape as our primary source of caffeine, of course, puro siya as much as possible. Hindi 3-in-1 kasi yung 3-in-1, almost 70% sugar po siya. We're talking about black coffee. As much as possible, if you take it as your pre-workout, wala pong additional na sugar man yan or gatas man yan or creamer man yan. Kasi you want to maximize yung effect ng caffeine sa katawan mo. So that's number 5. Number 3 is also very important, especially when you are into low carb. No? If you're into low carb, you want to gain muscle, electrolyte drink po is very, very important. Now, when we talk about electrolytes, essential po to sa katawan natin. When you go for low carb, anong nangyayari po? Nagda-drop po yung liquids natin. That's why sa mga nag-fat loss, no, nag-lose ng weight, in your first month sa low carb, if you're consistent, mag-drop talaga yung weight nyo. That's for sure. Kasi, yung water retention, okay, nag-change po siya. Kasi yung carbohydrates can retain water. Carbohydrates can retain water. So for every gram ng carbohydrate na tinitake mo, it can retain around 4 to 6 equivalent na ml or grams of water sa katawan. So you can imagine that. So that's very, very large. Now, when you go for low carb, you have to make sure yung liquids mo are up. You have to make sure yung electrolytes mo are up. Excuse me. Medyo kumakati yung lalo muna natin. Excuse me lang. Meron tayong mouth spray dito. So, to the rescue muna si mouth spray. Okay. Now, balik tayo. Electrolyte drink. Potassium, magnesium, at saka sodium. Tatlo po yan. You may want to include calcium there, but these 3 are very, very important. These 3 will drop if you go for low carb. Kasi yung water retention nga bumaba. That is why we go for electrolyte drinks. Now, there are other options for this. Meron mga supplementation in tablet form. Yung homemade electrolyte drink, that is an option for you. Baking soda, Epsom salt, cream of tartar, sea salt. Ito po yung basic. You have to divide it sa 10 hours na gising po kayo. Don't drink your electrolyte drink, 500 ml man yan or 1 liter, in one sitting lang. No. Kasi ang mangyayari, parang tsunami yan sa katawan, sa cells mo. Parang tsunami siya kasi you take it all at once. Tapos ihi mo lang siya. You go sa bathroom right away. You won't be able to maximize it. So, you want to sip it lang throughout the day. So, kunwari yung homemade electrolyte drinks mo, 1 liter siya, kunwari. You divide it into 10 hours. Okay, so pagkagising mo, kunwari, 7 a.m., 100 ml. 8 a.m., 100 ml. 9 a.m., okay, so on and so forth. Okay, don't rush into electrolyte drinks. Kasi meron akong student, yung goal ko sa kanya 1 liter ng electrolyte drink. So yun yung goal namin. But may mga day na very busy siya. Yung electrolyte drink, before the day ends, no, before siya matulog, mayroon pang 700 ml. Can you imagine that? Marami pang yung electrolyte drink niya. So ginawa niya, inubos niya yung electrolyte drink kasi that's the goal. No, useless po yun. Kasi, of course, number 1, madidisrupt po yung sleep mo because you're about to sleep. Tama? Kasi ihi mo lang siya. And then number 2, your body won't be able to maximize it. So divide mo lang siya all throughout the day. Okay? 1 hour, 100 ml. Electrolyte drink. Now, when we talk about optimal source of electrolyte, again, magnesium, potassium, at saka sodium. Okay, magnesium, potassium, sodium. You can get it from your meat. You can get it from your vegetables, correct? But if you see that you need a supplementation or above what your body needs, you may go for supplementation. Marami pong options when it comes to this. Again, but this is optional. This is optional if yung current mo na kinakain won't be able to sustain your lifestyle. Personally, I'm taking some form of supplement sa magnesium at saka sa potassium kasi yung lifestyle ko, active po siya. So, yung demand po natin iba-iba. But you have to see it to yourself. Ano po yung need ng katawan nyo? Ano po yung kulang? Okay, that's where you can supplement if necessary. Okay, so that's number 3, electrolyte drink. Let's proceed to number 2, protein shake. Now, I place it here kasi yung title natin again is to gain muscle and low carb. This is the common mistake for those who start low carb na drastic. They would experience na yung weight nila will be drastically decreased, no? Nangangayayat sa low carb. Sobrang payat sa low carb. Na sobrahan ng payat sa low carb. So these are the common issues na nakikita natin when we look at the community. So yung protein shake is very important, especially if yung appetite mo, number 1, hindi na makakasustain from your solid na food. Now, is that a concern to you? Yung appetite mo won't be able to sustain yung protein needs mo. Again, if you're into muscle gain, may mga need po tayo na goal when it comes to our protein. When you shift no sa tinatawag na pag-gain ng muscle sa low carb, most likely, if matagal ka na sa low carb, you would experience na yung appetite nyo medyo controlled. At saka yung mabilis ka mabusog ba? Have you experienced that? Kasi yung lifestyle mo sa low carb, 2 meals ka lang, 1 meal a day ka lang, OMAD ka lang, tapos mostly yung kinakain mo high fat. Ano po yung effect sa katawan nyo? Number 1, yung appetite nyo po. Okay. The capacity to digest food, no? To store food will shrink. Tama? So that's number 1. Number 2, yung satisfaction mo when it comes to meals. Mabilis kang mabusog. And that is why the result is yung kinakain mo, konti lang. And that is why low carb is very effective when it comes to weight loss at saka losing fat. Kasi you're eating once a day, twice a day, tapos you feel fuller for longer pa, especially if you do it right. Now, what if you want to gain muscles na? How can you deal with that? That's where supplementation comes in the form of protein shake. Now, if you feel na yung real food mo from your solid food, no, kaya ma-meet yung protein needs mo, no need for protein shake. No need at all. But you have to check yung protein mo na requirements in a day. Nahihit mo ba or hindi? Kasi kapag hindi, that's where you can reconsider other options. Number 2, replace it protein shake. Now, when it comes to protein shake, marami po talagang options. And sometimes ma-overwhelm ka po. Try to look, visit ka po sa supplement shop. Marami po mga supplements dyan. Maraming mga options dyan. I remember when I first visited a supplement shop when I was in college. Na-overwhelm po ako. Sobrang na-overwhelm ako. Number 1, kasi maraming options. At saka number 2, wala akong pera. Diba? So marami akong gustong bilhin, pero wala akong pera. Pero of course, at the back of my head, ano ba yung pinaka-effective dito? Diba? You would ask, what's the most effective at saka safest na option for protein shake? Now, this is a quick tip. Number 1, go for protein shake depending on your goal. No? So there are many kinds of protein shake. There is isolate, there is whey protein, there is hydrolyzed, okay, and there is what they call the mass gainer. Now, when you go for a muscle gain in low carb, mass gainer is not an option. Kasi yung mass gainer is very high in carbohydrates, very high in maltodextrin, that is highly inflammatory sa katawan natin. So you have to take that out sa options mo. Now, yung difference sa hydrolyze, isolate, at saka whey, ito, I'll simplify it. Yung, if sa manok, yung hydrolyze, ito yung, natin, ito ang ground chicken. Okay, kasi, na siya, na pre-digested na siya. Okay. So, yung hydrolyzed protein is yung ground chicken. Yung isolate is yung chicken breast. Kasi yung chicken breast, puro sa protein. And that's why, when you look at isolate protein, it's very puro sa protein. Okay? So, puro siya. At saka yung isa is the whey protein. Yung whey protein po sa manok is the chicken thigh. Kasi may added siya, extra calorie siya. Bit of something, may bit of carbs. So, that's the principle lang. But again, if you think na you need some extra calories at saka hindi issue sa yung appetite, go for whey protein. Okay. By the way, yung pinaka less expensive dito is yung whey protein. Okay. Yung second most least expensive is yung isolate, tapos yung pinakamahal is yung hydrolyze. So, if you are into into fat loss or maybe muscle gains, I would suggest go for isolate. Kasi, number one, mag-answer sa chan, at saka you're targeting your protein with no added calories. So, that's the difference. But again, you have to check everything. Kasi may mga protein kasi na, di ba, maraming options. Tapos, anong nangyari? May mga additives na siya. Para lang, para makasave yung company. So, you have to check yung servings niya. Kunwari, check mo yung label. So, kunwari na mo lagay doon, serving size, 35 grams. Tapos, you go down, tapos you have to look yung protein niya. Per serving, ilang grams. So, let's say if yung serving size niya is 34 grams, tapos sa ilalim, yung protein niya per serving is 25 lang. So, pataas yung gap. Tama? Tapos you go sa other option and then you look at the serving size, 35 grams, tapos yung protein size niya per serving is around 30 grams. You go for that. Okay? Meaning to say that's puro. You're buying protein shake for the protein mismo, not for the additives. Tama? So, number 2, protein shake. Before I dive into number 1, my top choice when it comes to muscle gain and low carb, I'd like to say hi muna sa mga live viewers natin dito. Okay. Hopefully, okay. At saka if may questions kayo dito, pakilagay lang sa comment section. Hello to you. Before I dive sa number 1, no, hopefully I can mention each one of you dito. Hello to you, Ma'am Jenny. Ma'am Jenny Aguila, kamusta po tayo, ma'am? Hello to you. Nori Mercado, watching from Giginto, Bulacan. Life is fun, sabi dito ni Ma'am Flor de Lisa. I agree with that. Watching from Bukidnon, si Ma'am Eva Eves. Watching from Nueva Ecija, si Ma'am Nercy Bautista Amorin. We have here Sid Campanilla. Good evening to you, ma'am. Kamusta po tayo dyan? Of course, watching from Bohol, si Ma'am Lizel. We have here Carmelita Soralbo, ayun, watching from Dasmariñas, Cavite. We have here Susan Makino. Kamusta po tayo, ma'am? And of course, we have here Ma'am Vivienne Villanueva Milanes. And of course, yeah, this is an option. When it comes to creatine pala, don't go for other option na mga flavored na creatine. Go for the basic one. Creatine monohydrate, by the way, is very affordable. Yung 60 servings niya, and 60 servings means it will last for 60 days kasi one serving a day. It would cost around 400 to 700 depending on the brand. Very affordable po siya. Tama? So, go for creatine monohydrate. No need to go for the flavored ones or yung may mga add-ons pa. Ma'am Pia, buena, kamusta po tayo, ma'am? Of course, we have here Sir Vincent. Yes, good evening to you, Sir Vincent. Of course, sa mga live viewers natin, if you're not tuning in, sa page natin, we have Coach Linin Hu. Again, this is my mission, helping 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. And of course, if you're not following, I do suggest you follow because we have on-the-spot live na mga talks. Of course, I'm posting videos, adding value at saka serving yung 40s and above natin. So, now, I'll go muna sa number 1 natin, dito sa list natin. Of course, make a guess. Ano kaya yung number 1 sa list natin? If you want to gain muscle in low carb, what's your guess? What's your guess? Number 1 in our list is, some of you will be shocked, okay, but this is very important, water. Water is life indeed. Now, when it comes to our body composition, 70% po ng katawan natin, water po. Tubig. Tubig po yung nasa katawan natin. So, ano po mangyayari kapag kulang sa tubig, kulang sa water? Of course, marami pong mangyayaring hindi maganda. One of which, of course, your energy will be depleted, your cravings will be different, your mental energy, your in a way your motivation will be different. So how can you sustain yung workout at saka yung healthy life if yung foundation hindi natin na-sustain? So very important yung water, much more in this season in the Philippines. Grabe yung init. Have you experienced it ba? Grabe yung init. So ano mangyayari kapag grabe yung init? Body temperature, of course, yung body liquid sa atin will drop. Now, don't wait na mauhaw ka before you have your drink. The reason why uhaw ka na, kasi yung sa loob ng katawan mo, very dry na po. Do not wait for the feeling of uhaw before you take your drinks. That's very, very important. So you have to create a system with your drinks. So kunwari, of course, when it comes to water intake, number one, water is water. Coffee cannot compensate with your water goals, ilang liters man yan. Electrolyte drinks, hindi po yan makakakompensate talaga. Water is water. Meaning to say, if your goal is 2 liters of water, it should be pure water. Walang kasamang iba. Tama? Of course, that's a different naman if you have your electrolyte drinks. But dapat na-fill nyo muna, na-replenish nyo muna yung water needs nyo. Now, yung system natin na I would teach you is this. Create a system with your schedule sa water. So, kunwari, yung goal mo is 2 liters a day. 2 liters a day. So, you divide it into 10 hours. So, if 10 hours siya, divide mo yung 2 liters, so that's around 200 ml per hour. So, that's the system. Now, how can you make it a habit? You may start with alarm clock, reminding yourself. Kasi, if you have not set up yung habits, you need some form of reinforcement outside. So it takes time. But after you do this for 30 days, maybe 60 days, na may alarm clock, it will become your identity. It will become your new habit. So make sure you create a system. Number 2, I would suggest this to you, highly recommend to you. Do not drink water 2 hours before you sleep. Now, I say this because most of the 40s and above that I know may concern sa sleep, nadi-disrupt yung sleep nila kasi naiihi sila along yung mga midnight, tapos nadi-disrupt yung sleep nila. But of course, you have to check yung liquids mo. So you have to balance lang yung water intake mo. Don't drink a lot of water 2 hours before your sleep. Okay? And then, number 3, I would suggest, highly suggest, na you have to baon yung bottled water mo. Baon ka kasi we have the tendency, diba, to purchase yung mga bottled drinks outside kasi wala lang option. So, always bring with you yung tumbler mo. I remember, yung sineryoso ko talaga yung water nung nagwo-work pa ako sa regular ko na work that time when I was a teacher. Bumili ako ng malaking tumbler, parang parang 2.5 liters siya. Sobrang laki. And I have to carry that every day. Every day. Hindi po magaan yung 2.5 liters every day, and I have to refill that every day. So I took that as a challenge, but it helped me a lot. I save time, of course, kasi hindi na ako kailangan pumunta sa refilling station from the spot where I'm in, tapos dun sa refilling namin sa office. Pangalawa, may tinatawag na effect din when it comes to my energy, very stable po siya. At saka pangatlo, this is the observation of my colleagues. Nakita nila yung skin ko hindi dry. And I would say that's because of my water intake. Okay, water intake. So that's number 1, water. Very, very important. Nowadays, you have to really prioritize at saka make a system when it comes to your water. Isa sa mga protocols na binigay ko sa mga students ko is to add around 300 to 500 ml on top of their water requirement. This summer lang kasi nag-iba yung panahon, yung body temperature natin nag-iba, yung body liquids natin of course will drop. there you have it. These are the 5 things that you must prioritize if you want to gain muscle in low carb. Number 1 is water. Number 2 is protein shake, electrolyte drink, creatine, monohydrate, kape, caffeine for your pre-workout. Now, meron pa akong bonus sa inyo. This is bonus. Number 6 in the list is dark chocolate or cacao. You may go for dark chocolate or cacao in the evening, especially if you have concerns with sleep. Now, meron po siyang magnesium. The reason why it can help you with sleep because of the magnesium. I tried it, dark choco plus a bit of milk. Kasi of course, sobrang pait niya if 100% siya na dark chocolate at saka or cacao, di ba? So sobrang pait. I need to mix it with my favorite milk na option ko. It's good. It helped me with sleep. Okay. But nowadays, medyo hindi na ganun ka often kasi yung sleep ko medyo na-sustain naman siya. Tapos yung ginagawa ko para hindi naman siya na dependent ako sa dark chocolate before I sleep. May mga days lang na I take it lang for pleasure. So, yun lang po. My suggestion is this is for those who have concerns with sleep lang. But if you don't have concerns with sleep, I think you don't need to take it. Okay? Kasi meron ka ng electrolyte ring and that one has magnesium din. All right, there you have it. I hope this topic has helped you. And if you believe this topic has helped you, kindly share our live so that we can help yung community natin, 40s and above. Again, our goal is to build muscle in low carb for 40s and above. And for others, especially if you are nangangayat ka na sa low carb, if you want to gain muscle in low carb, you may want to start with this. If you are 40s and above, you need a guide. Marami pong information in the internet. You may want to do it yourself, research by your own. But if you need a guide that is specifically for 40s and above, gaining muscle in low carb, this is your guide. This is the guide for you, ultimate guide for 40s and above. You will have all these inclusions for 499 pesos only. 499 pesos. You can have all of this. All in po yan. Now, if you want to avail of this, message nyo po ako sa page ko. My page again is Coach Linin Hu. Okay, that's my page so that I can give you the instructions on how to purchase yung ebook natin. There you have it. Hello po sa mga viewers natin again. I hope wala po tayong nakalimutan dito. Sabi dito ni Ma'am Sir Arman Baluka. Now, Solong creatine monohydrate siya at saka hindi ganun ka mahal. That's the best brand for you. Kasi Solong creatine monohydrate siya. Parehas lang po yan. Pulo po yan. So, yung best brand, marami pong options dyan. But stick again with creatine monohydrate. That's it. Hello, Coach. Watching from Makati. Hello. Saan po kayo banda sa Makati, ma'am? We have here, Ma'am Carolina Kyon. Yes, we will have our workout tomorrow. Ma'am, kamusta po tayo? Of course, Ma'am Annette Bile. Good evening to you, ma'am. We have here, Ma'am Des Magbo. Good evening to you. As well from Antipolo. Sabi dito ni RDS Espartinas. Watching from Ma'am Bugan Antipolo. Watching from Angeles City daw si Rose Ordonas. Sabi dito ni question ni Ma'am Nenita, pwede bang uminom ng protein shake ang babae at may diabetes? Definitely, ma'am, yes. Number 1, yung protein, ma'am, can help you with your cravings, can help you with your blood sugar, and fullness feeling. This 3 can help you with your blood sugar levels. Tama? Babae, yes. Regardless of your age and gender, you have to take protein because that's very basic. Okay? Okay. Hopefully watching from Loma Milna Barnido. Hello po. Tayo, ma'am. Kamusta po yung meals natin? Watching from Bulacan, si Ma'am Alicia Guevara. Watching from Calamba, Laguna to for sure. No? Ma'am Vilma Pedlaon Padlan. Okay. Hello to you as well, Ma'am Eda Sikat, and hello to Ma'am Ching, one of my amazing students, and Gloria. Where to avail ang protein shake for low carb po? I have recommendations brand with protein shake. Message you ako, Ma'am Gloria. I will give to you the link for the protein shake that I recommend that I also take myself. No, watching from Jeddah si Ma'am Gay Bueza. Good evening to you, Ma'am Ria de la Peña, one of my amazing students, modern adults din yan. Ma'am Virginia Liret, kamusta po tayo? Ma'am watching from Chicago, kamusta po dyan yung situation, Ma'am Mary? Of course, watching from Ifugao si Ma'am Gumi Lu. Watching from Cebu si Ma'am Ana Lu na unsa. Yun lang po yung, yung Bisaya na alam ko. Turuan niyo po ako. Geraldine Macaldiao Mercado, kamusta po tayo? Ma'am Virginia, yes, message po ako ma'am sa page ko, Coach Trinino, so I can assist you with the ebook. Watching from Qatar si Ma'am Shirley Atanasio, at saka of course, question dito from Ma'am Jovi. Okay po ba mag-take ng protein shake if dapat mag-lose weight pero nag-resistance training na? Okay, so that's a good question, Ma'am Jovi. Now, the goal is to lose fat, okay, not muscle mass. The best way for you to lose body fat while maintaining your muscle mass is to go for resistance training. That's number one. And take right amount of protein. So, if you feel na hindi na kailangan mag-go for protein shake kasi yung real at saka yung solid food mo can sustain it, no need. But if you think hindi kaya, go for protein shake. Okay? I hope wala po tayong may nakalimutan dito. How much po magpa-coach to gain muscle? Let's assess muna yung needs ng Sir Rogelio. Message pa ako sa page ko so I can give recommendations for one-on-one coaching. Si Ma'am Elizabeth Escobar is one of our modern adults din. Nakaka-schedule din ang water ko like now I'm having my last class for today. 8 p.m. wala na water. So naka-schedule kay Ma'am Elizabeth. So that's really, really good. Okay po ba lagyan ng lemon yung water? Yes, ma'am, totally okay. So if you do this, ma'am, I don't know what's your goal, but it can also help you with your cravings at saka yung fullness feeling. And it has some nutrients, and so that's totally okay. Sabi dito ni Gomercindo Ebrole, water is life. Watching from Dumaguete. Yes, Dumaguete. Malapit lang dun sa province ko sa Bacolod, sa Negros Occidental naman po yun. So, Sir Chris, hello to you. Okay. Chris De Gia. Yeah. Sir Chris pala, yes. Of course, Ma'am Carolina, na-receive niya ng glucosamine. Glucosamine is good for your joints. So, cushion siya. Assistance for your joints. So, we'll give recommendations, ma'am, sa servings, ma'am, for your glucosamine, Ma'am Carolina. I hope all is well po sa tuhod ninyo. There you have it. Hopefully, nasagutan ko po yung tanong nyo. Pasensya po if hindi ko po mabasa yung lahat. Marami po yung comments natin tonight. We are live right now. Around 130 plus yung nakatune in. Again, thank you very much for believing on our message. Helping 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscle. Again, yung goal natin is not just to lose weight. Yung goal natin is to build muscle. Because muscle, if you build it, will take good care of you. Life is fun and simpler when you are stronger. Regardless of your age and gender, yung goal is to be strong. Because when you're strong, you can do things in life that you like. Traveling, doing the basic things like carrying your grocery, running, hiking, swimming. These are the things that we want to experience. And if you're watching 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s ka man, it's possible. Never too late to start again. Bakit ko po sinasabi yan? Because I have seen it myself. I've seen it with my students who are 72 years old, 60 plus years old, 50 plus years old, 40 plus years old. Once you take the step to take charge of your health, do not blame others. Don't give the accountability to others. Own it. Take charge of your own health. I believe nothing is impossible. For others, you don't want to go through your trial and error. You're confused on what to do. You may want to go for one-on-one coaching. We have a slot for one-on-one coaching. Everything will be provided for you. workout plan designed for you, nutrition plan, a meal plan, one-on-one coaching, accountability, support group. Everything in our program. If you want one-on-one coaching, yes, we're talking about your health, your own health. So, never, never, never feel na wini-waste mo yung resources mo for your own health. So, if you want to avail of this slot, reserve mo yung slot mo, assess mo na natin yung needs mo, message mo po ako sa page ko, Coach Lininho, if you want to avail of our one-on-one coaching. Again, I'm so happy that you're tuning in because it means you want to take charge of your own health. My name is Coach Lininho and my mission is very simple. I want to empower 40s and above to rebuild their health by gaining muscles. All the best po sa ating lahat. God bless you at saka enjoy the rest of your day. Ingat po. Bye-bye.